Scientists aboard a patrol vessel, appropriately named Watchful, were surprised to spot a 2-meter or 6.5-foot-long fish floating motionless in Chichester Harbor along the English coast. A bit of heavy lifting later, and a gigantic Atlantic bluefin tuna was on the boat, weighing in at a whopping 180 kilograms or 397 pounds. It's definitely abnormal for such a large fish to turn up motionless in Sussex waters, where bluefin tuna isn't even commonly fished. It's even more rare for the fish, which loves deep waters and, if often hard to spot in the wild, to show up in a harbor. Thankfully, the scientists on board knew what to do to get to the bottom of the fish's mysterious circumstances. They collected tissue and bone samples from the giant specimen, but ended up finding out that the fish was just fine. It had passed away only recently, so it was still fresh, and there didn't seem to be any obvious signs of a struggle. While an injured bluefin would have been an educational find for the crew, finding a seemingly healthy casualty was even better, because the Atlantic bluefin just so happens to be both the largest and most expensive member of its species. Back in 2019, Kiyoshi Kimura, a loaded Japanese sushi tycoon, spent a record-breaking 2.5 million pounds or $3.2 million on a 278 kilogram or 613 pound bluefin at a market in Tokyo, Japan. These markets are known to rake in hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars for great quality Atlantic bluefin tuna. The most popular buyers are, of course, chefs, especially those who specialize in sushi, tuna steaks, or sashimi. Following this trend, the bluefin found in Sussex could go for as much as $2 million at the right Japanese fish market. These English scientists might have just hit the seafood jackpot, but the team at the Inshore Fisheries and Conservation Authority are more concerned with the bluefin population than high market prices. Tim Dappling, the Chief of Fisheries and Conservation at the IFCA, heads the department that came across the bluefin. In addition to this giant tuna representing an impressive payout, finding one so suddenly also suggests there are more bluefins in Chichester Harbor, or at least living nearby. Dappling says that the tuna discovery could mean the return of the bluefin's natural predators, which suggests a healthier ecosystem. He says that the tuna may have ended up in the harbor after it followed some of its favorite prey, mackerel and bass. The giant fish wandering into the harbor suggests more competition for food, which could mean that Sussex waters are slowly getting more populated by bluefin. This would definitely be a good sign for the species, and for the local fishermen who want to try their hand at catching one of the world's most expensive fish. 180 kilograms might seem like a lot, but this particular bluefin is actually much smaller than the largest ones believed to be out there. Bluefin tuna are estimated to grow up to 680 kilograms or 1,499 pounds. If caught, a fish of this size has the potential to bring in almost $8 million at the right market. In the last few years, more waters have been labeled protected, and conservation efforts have been put into place to decrease the amount of bluefin we fish every year. Some areas are seeing small population increases, while others aren't, which means we definitely have to work harder. It's not just Atlantic bluefin at stake. Pacific and southern bluefin populations have been decreasing as well. As there are less tuna in the sea, their prey becomes overpopulated. Since bluefin tuna are one of the top predators in the food chain, their decline threatens to upset a delicate marine life balance. Bluefins are doing their part to keep away from fishermen. They're smart, like deep water, and have good eyesight, so they can be hard to catch. We've gotten better at catching them, though, so the only way we can ensure the future of bluefin is if we take a break while the numbers catch up. $1 million catch might be dreamy, but you know what's priceless? Having bluefin tuna in the wild, keeping our delicate marine ecosystem safe and healthy for future generations.